One of the things that I enjoyed about being in Prague is just how easy it is to live here. What do I mean by that? Well, keep watching and I will explain. The transportation in Prague has been so simple to use. Here I am right now just coming out of the metro station, coming up to the top. There are 3 metro lines, the A, B, and C, and that's really all you need to get around the city. If you don't want to take the metro, you'd rather see the city from above ground, you can take one of the many trams they have in the city. The lines are really good. There's a lot more of them. It's actually a lot easier to get around. And to get a ticket, you can actually pay with a card on the tram and you get a validated ticket right there. Now, if you do have your ticket in advance, then you want to make sure that when you jump on that you actually validate it. So when you go to the metro, you can get a ticket there. You also need to validate it. And when you get on the tram, you need to validate your ticket. Otherwise, you're riding illegally. Other ways to get around the city are by foot. I walk a lot. You can see there's also other people out right now walking about, hanging out in this beautiful park in my neighborhood. And there's also ride shares and taxis. So Bolt and Uber are the 2 rideshare companies here, as well as taxis. Then, of course, it's Europe, so you can get around by rail. So if you want to do some day trips to other cities, if you want to go to other countries like Germany or something, then you also have that option. But transportation in Prague has been super simple. It's my friend Eric. He is riding a Lime scooter, so you can also ride scooters. And then the other thing to just be aware of when you're here is that actually a lot of the crosswalks here don't have the lights to tell you to cross. So you can see this one right here does actually. There's a red man right now, we're not allowed to cross, but a lot of the different sidewalks here actually don't. But the cars are very friendly and they do actually stop when you're trying to cross the street. So just be aware of that when you come to Prague. But again, it's just a very friendly city, very easy to get around. You can always put your destination in Google Maps and it'll tell you how to take a car in the distance, a public transit, or even call a rideshare. So that's it. That is getting around Prague. Prague this summer has just been absolutely wonderful. I have really enjoyed my time here. It is full of green spaces and parks where people go and hang out. A lot of those parks have beer gardens, so you can grab a drink while you're also hanging out. One of our favorite activities has just been to go and watch the sunset in the parks most evenings. There is beautiful architecture, there's beautiful colorful buildings everywhere. The city is very lively. There's a lot of people out walking their dogs, with strollers, walking around. It's just been a really lovely, easy place to live for the month. I would say culture-wise, the people here are a bit more reserved than maybe other locations, but they're definitely still very friendly. And this is one of the safest cities in all of Europe. So if you are a solo traveler, this is a great destination for you because it's really easy to find communities that you can connect with, and then you're not going to have any issues while you're moving around the city, either during the day or at night, even in some of the touristy areas, safety-wise. So it's just been a really nice place to be and not have to worry about some of those extras while I'm moving around. Now, another thing that Prague is known for is to be less expensive than other European countries, and I found that to be true as we've been here. So they use not the euro, but actually the crown. They have their own currency, and I would say the cost of living here is much less than, say, especially like a London or a Paris or a Rome or Valencia or some of the other bigger cities. But even in some of those smaller cities in those countries, the cost of living here is still, quite a bit cheaper. So a typical lunch meal will cost me from anywhere from $6 to $8, and a pint of beer costs like $2, $2.50 maybe. Same thing. Actually, the wines are a little bit more. They're about $4 for a glass of wine, but it's still really, really affordable. You're going to be able to do a lot while you're here. It's okay to go out to eat multiple times because your money is going to go just a little bit further. Now, the one area that it's not budget friendly is going to be the housing. So the housing here, from what I've seen, is so expensive for locals and for visitors. So it's definitely an area where you don't want to wait till the last minute to book your housing, especially if you're coming during the summer. Now, as far as like areas to live, so I'm actually living in Vino Radi, which is a neighborhood just a little bit off Old Town. It's about a 20-minute metro ride. It's still really close, and it's a little bit quieter. It has a very much neighborhood feel, which is what I look for when I actually travel. It's in Prague too. So the other areas that you could stay would be more Old Town, which is Prague 1. And even Lesser Town, which is down below Prague Castle. That's also Prague 1. Those are going to be a bit more like in the thick of it, really busy, lots going on, lots more visitors as well, and less locals who are going to be living in those areas. Another area you can consider would be Letna Park. So it's actually north part of the river, and that's in Prague 7. It's a bit more of like an industrial feel, still a bit more neighborhoody, a bit grungier. But yeah, they all kind of have like their own different like feels to the neighborhood. So those would be the ones that I would recommend checking out. And if you would like to have all this information in your fingertips at all times, be sure to download my Digital Nomad City Guide. I have all this information that's happening in all of my Prague video series for free in the guide down below, so be sure to grab that in the description. And stay tuned for next week, where I talk about where you can get work done in the city if you're visiting as a digital nomad. Thanks so much for being here. Be sure to subscribe, and I will see you next week.